3 ways to love yourself more. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you love yourself? Like, actually sit there and think and answer this question yourself. Do you love yourself? Do you love who you are? Do you love how you look? Do you love what you stand for? Do you love everything about, do you love you? Like, do you actually love yourself? Because for a lot of you, the answer is going to be no, you don't love yourself. You kind of don't know why. You just have this sort of lingering self-hatred in your mind where you're not happy with the way you are. You might not be happy with your circumstances. You might not be happy with the way you look, the way you sound, the way you speak, anything, the way you carry yourself. You just might not be happy with yourself altogether. But how can we fix this? Because it is a massive crutch in our lives that is stopping us from becoming successful, from getting to where we need to get to in our lives. Self-love. So how can we fix this? The first way is to spend more time by yourself. Spend more time alone and spend more time enjoying your own company. Do you know the amount of people that I know, right, that they can't be alone. They always have to be out and about with other people socializing. And whilst, yeah, it's great that you're social, but when it's time to be alone, every single night you're sitting there thinking, I hate this. I just need to be with someone. And this is such a big problem that I've faced, right? I met my girlfriend when I was 17 and we've been together for like over 6 years now. It got to a point where I was so dependent on her for me to just feel happy. It was like I almost had to be with her every single day. And if I had to go a day where I wasn't with her, then I would just feel so depressed because I'd have to be by myself and in my own thoughts. How can you get through life if you can't even be by yourself? If you can't even be in your own thoughts? Because if you think about it, in life, your experience of life is in here. No one else in this world experiences the same mind or the same experience as you because you are in your own mind. Like you're sitting there watching this video right now in your own mind. You're viewing this video through your mind. So if you can't even enjoy or tolerate being in your mind, you're gonna hate yourself. You're gonna hate your life. So this is something that I had to learn. And the best way to do this was to spend more time alone and embrace that time and learn to enjoy being alone. When you're by yourself, there's literally no one else to distract you really, unless you're on your phone, obviously. But say you're in the shower, don't listen to no music in the shower. Don't listen to nothing in the shower. Just be in the shower and be in your thoughts. That's probably, for me, the easiest way that you can practice that. When I go to my gym, I use the steam room and the sauna, mostly the sauna, like 2 times a week, 3 times a week. And when I'm in there for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just sitting there in my own thoughts. And I had to tell myself, Nathan, you've got to get comfortable with being in your own thoughts. Because if you can be comfortable with being in your own thoughts, you're going to naturally love yourself more because you're like, my thoughts are fine. My thoughts are what makes me, and I'm fine with that. These depressive thoughts that you have, the negative thoughts, the thoughts of fear, the thoughts of anxiety, these are thoughts that we need to learn to live with every single day, and they are part of us. So if you can learn to love that side of you, no one's going to be able to stop you. If you had to be isolated in a building, like in a house, for a whole entire week by yourself, you had no contact with anyone else, you were just by yourself, would you be able to survive? I feel like most people wouldn't be able to survive. The way I am now, I can survive. I can be by myself for extended periods of time and be fine because I'm not dependent on anyone or anything. I'm happy to sit there in my own thoughts. And another way that you can sort of help this idea of being by yourself and just being in your thoughts and being okay with it is through meditating. Is through being able to sit there for an extended period of time in silence, unaffected by anything. Because when you are by yourself as well, you probably experience this, especially at night. A lot of people experience insomnia where you might try to go to bed at midnight, but you're sitting there until 2 a.m. because you can't go to sleep. Because you're in your own thoughts, worrying about everything in your life. You're thinking, I'm not where I want to be in life. I'm not here. I haven't got my physique yet. I'm not making the money I want to make. We're just sitting there just like worrying about everything. But if we can learn to be comfortable with that, you're going to fall asleep like that. As soon as your head hits the pillow, you're gone. Because these thoughts don't faze you. So we need to learn to be happier and enjoy our own company. That is the first step to having more self-love and loving yourself more. The second way to love yourself more is to focus on improving your physique. When you wake up in the morning and you go to shower or you go and look in the mirror, you've not got a shirt on or nothing. What do you see? Are you happy with what you see? Do you see muscles? Do you see just skin and bones? Do you see a load of fat? What do you see? Because I can guarantee you, if you don't like that part of you, that is probably 50% of the problem, 50% of where the problem lies is in the way that you look and the way that you perceive yourself in terms of your physique and the way you look. So if you improve that, trust me, I'm nowhere near where I want to be physique-wise. But me even making like 20% improvement on it, 25% improvement on it is made the biggest difference. Because when I wake up in the morning and I go into my bathroom and look in the mirror, what do I see? I see a little bit of a chest, I see some shoulders, I see my biceps and triceps are a little bit thicker. I've still got skinny wrists, but I don't think there's nothing I can do about that. But just being able to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and see something that I like, that makes me love myself way more. Because the way I see it is, if our physical bodies are a good representation of how much we look after ourselves, it's not a perfect representation, but it's a pretty decent representation. If you walk around the street and you see, or you go to the beach and you see everyone's physiques, you can probably tell around how healthy they are based on how they look. Because when you see this guy that's like massively overweight, borderline obese, you know he don't exercise, he just probably drinks beer and just eats pizza every day. Like, that's all he does, and just sits down, doesn't do nothing. But then when you see the guy that's got like chiseled abs and you see he's got a chest, you see he's got muscle, you probably know that he at least lifts weights, so he's healthy in that respect. And he probably eats decently healthy as well to achieve that physique. So if we work on our physiques, it's going to naturally improve and boost our own self-image of ourselves. When I was in my teenage years, I was so skinny, and it doesn't matter what clothes I'd wear, I just felt like it just looked terrible on me. I'd literally wear skinny joggers, skinny jeans, skinny joggers, and they'll be baggy on me still. That's how skinny I was. The skinny jeans will be baggy on me. So imagine how the baggy ones look, like the normal straight-legged ones. They look terrible. Any clothes that I wore just didn't look good. But then you see a guy that's got a good physique, it doesn't matter what clothes he wears, it looks good on him, because your physique makes the outfit. The outfit doesn't make the physique. The outfit doesn't make you look better. You make the outfit look good. So you improving your physique is going to make you look better in clothes as well. And if you look better in clothes, guess what? You're going to feel good. You know them days where you put together a nice outfit and you go out shopping, you go out somewhere, and you really like the way, you're really feeling yourself today. Like, you just got a fresh haircut, you're wearing some nice clothes and you're going out somewhere. You feel good. So if you improve your physique, it's going to help you with like the fashion kind of things, making you look better in clothes. And it's also going to make you look better out of clothes, if you know what I mean. So you're going to naturally feel more confident and feel like you love yourself way more. The third way to love yourself more is to have more self-belief. Now, before you say, Nathan, like, everyone tells me to believe in myself, but how do you even do that? Like, how do you actually believe in yourself more? Most people will tell you, oh, do affirmations, look in the mirror and, you know, blah, 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 blah. That's not my approach on how to have more self-belief, because I've tried affirmations, and for me, affirmations didn't really work. I would sit there every single morning for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, writing down affirmations. Nothing. It didn't improve nothing. It didn't improve my own perception of myself or my belief, none of that. The thing that did was getting wins under my belt. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, do you think LeBron James or Steph Curry, do you think any of these people lacked self-belief? The ability didn't come before the belief. The belief became before the ability in the early days. They got a couple wins under their belt when they were younger. They had more and more belief, more and more and more, until they've got to the point where they are now. So how can we get more wins under our belt? Because I'm not telling you to go and be a professional basketball player or professional footballer. I'm not telling you to go into the gym now and lift the heaviest weight in the gym to get more self-belief. No, because we're not at that level yet. So what can we class as a win? A win is literally anything that you do that you've set out to do and you've succeeded at, pretty much. So say, for example, if you're trying to go to the gym 4 days a week and you go to the gym 4 days a week for 2 months in a row, that is a big win. What do you think that's going to do to your self-belief in terms of the effort that you're able to put into things? You know that I'm consistent with the gym. I've went 4 days a week for the past 2 months. So, you know, I've got consistency. I don't need to worry about that. And once you have that self-belief, it's going to continue. You're not going to stop because you've got the momentum and you've got the self-belief. So if you're trying to grow, I don't know, a personal brand on social media, say you're trying to grow your own YouTube channel. If you get 10 subscribers, that's a little win under your belt that's going to reinforce this self-belief that shit. So if I get these 10 subscribers 10 more times, I've now got 100. If I do that 10 more times, I've now got 1,000. If I do that 100 times, I've now got 100,000 subscribers. So the way you get the self-belief is by having all of these little wins and letting them stack up over and over and over again. And also, you might be thinking, Nathan, like, I've never had any wins. You have had some wins in your life. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. You have had at least one win in one area of your life that you can use to propel you. So right now, here's an action step. I want you to write down 3 things in the past 2 years. So 3 things in the past 2 years that you have succeeded at that you can class as wins. And I'll give you some ideas right now. It can be going to the gym consistently for a certain period of time, doing anything consistently. It could be getting certain good grades at school. It could be putting on some weight or losing some weight from going to the gym and fixing your diet. It could be you didn't eat no fast food for 1 week. It could be so small. It could be you done this certain habit every single day for 1 week. That's a win. So I want you right now to write down 3, like actually write it down. Write it down on your phone, write it down on paper, write it down somewhere. 3 wins that you've got under your belt. 3 wins, just 3. You can write more if you want, but if you're struggling, just literally write 3 wins and look at those and think, okay, so I've got these 3 wins right here. How can I make them compound? How can I make that grow? How can I get more wins based on this? Because if you went to the gym consistently for 1 week, what's stopping you from going consistently for 1 year or 2 years? If you've been consistent on your diet for 4 days, what's stopping you for doing it for 40 days? So keep stacking these little wins up and use these to help propel you. Because there's a lot of times in your life where you're going to get wins, you're going to get little wins here and there, and you don't even consider it a win because you think, oh, I've made my first $10 online. That's not a win. Why is it not a win? It is a win. If you've made $1 online and you've never made any money online before, that is a huge win. You're ahead of like 99.9% of other people. Most people, I could probably name, on this hand, I probably can't even count 5 people that I know personally that have made $1 online. I could probably name 3 or 4 people. So if you've went and made your first $1 online, like I said, you're already ahead of everyone else. So why is that not a win? That is a win that you should now use to improve your self-belief, improve your self-love, to propel you to even more success. So the 3 ways to learn to love yourself more is, firstly, spend more time alone and enjoy spending time alone. We need to get comfortable with being by ourselves and being in our own thoughts. The second way to love yourself more was to work on your physique so that every single morning when you look in the mirror, you like what you see. So you're going to naturally have more self-love. And the third way to love yourself more is to have more self-belief in your own abilities. And the way we're going to do that is by understanding what our small wins are and using them to propel us to more success. So you follow these 3 things, you will love yourself more. I'm out.